Hi, my name is Shelby. Welcome to another Black Cat production. In this video, I letter the word June in the Versals style, and there's a multi-layered process to this. First, I decorated a muslin type fabric with acrylic ink and stencils, let it dry, and then I ironed it onto freezer paper for stability. Then, once the fabric was set, I lettered the word June onto the fabric with pencil, then went over the lettering with two different colors, outlined the letters with a pen, and added the decoration. The reference material I used was the book Written Letters by Jacqueline Severin, and I used the page on Versals. I'll just show you a little bit about how I'm going to letter this time. This time I lettered the word June onto a piece of tracing paper that I adhered to this cutting mat and laid that on my light board. I lettered the word June, and now I'm ready to use that to trace onto my fabric. So I'm going to lay the word that's on the tracing paper onto my light board, and take my fabric that is on the freezer paper, situated in a placement that will highlight the word June, and tape it down with my removable double stick tape. And then I'm going to take my pencil and letter over the word. The remainder of this video is speeded up, but avoid the illusion that you won't need to take your time doing this, because it does take some time to follow the lines carefully and to make decisions along the way. I'm following the ductus of the letter even though I'm just basically tracing. One of my black cats has joined us. This is Amigo, and I'm going to show you the FW turquoise ink and the Pro White paint that I'll be using to color the letters, and then two watercolor brushes. The important thing about the paint that you choose for the letters is if you want the letters to if you want the color to not show through from the background, choose a very strong opaque type of pigment. You can see that nothing shows through this white. Oops, made a little error there, but it cleaned up nicely. The FW is an acrylic and is much harder to remove from your brushes if you don't keep your brushes cleaned immediately after the lettering is finished. There's nothing significant about the pens that I'm using in these next phases. Again, you don't want the ink from the pens to bleed on the fabric, and you want them to be able to cover certainly the pencil marks. Also, to have a nice clean line finishing each letter makes the letter more attractive and finished, and that's why I chose this red pen with a very fine line. The gold Art Deco pen can be a little bit trickier to use sometimes, in that it tends to kind of drop color exactly where you don't want it from time to time. So make sure you have a good quality pen on hand. I'm just outlining the flowers here and coming in now with a paint pen The only significant thing about this pen is that it is a paint pen rather than just ink or watercolor, so that again it covers up anything in the background. Also, the gold deco pen tends not to bleed. It's not a problem generally on this fabric. I haven't treated the fabric in any way other than the acrylic background, so that's a nice thing about this particular pen. I'm just going to come in with a few touches and add color to the leaves. I'm not trying to completely color the leaves, just bring some highlights to them and bring the piece a little bit even more to life. And now here you have the finished piece, the word June written in Versals. Another technique, working on fabric, working with split colors on one letter, outlining, and adding decoration. Thanks for watching.